Hello,
How are
hello.
we doing today, everyone? We have so many new friends on the stream today that have never been on. I've never streamed with these people. I'm very excited to finally meet them all in person. We were chatting and gabbing and dealing with homophobic internet connections backstage, but we are, in fact, live. As the gays do, we persevere, and we're here, and we're queer, and we're ready to write. So I'm going to let my guests go ahead and introduce themselves, and then we'll get this puppy started. We can start with CK and then go to DW and then Katie in the little circle.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. I'm CK Jensen. My friends call me Rin. I hope you will all also call me Rin. I'm CK Jensen, author everywhere, and I'm the author of novels such as All Hail the Queen of Hearts and Witch's Blood, which just came out this month. This one is very gay, so happy Pride Month. And then I have 2 poetry anthologies. This one is also very gay. It's autobiographical, which is very scary to sell at farmers markets. But yeah, I'm so happy to be here, and it's so excited to be meeting all you guys.
So exciting. I am the only unpublished person here. All 3 of you have so many things going on for you, and I'm just now starting. So I am so happy to be here. My name is DW. I go by Written by DW on YouTube. I do not post often, ever.
Relatable.
Literally, I have 2 videos that I posted back in January and February and just stopped. So I will be back. I will be back after draft 1 is complete. But I am a middle grade writer, writing my first book ever. There are a lot of queer characters in there. So I'm excited for that. And also, once again, just to be joining everyone.
Hey, and I am Katie Ann Writes here on YouTube. I also do not post very often, but I do love live streaming. You would probably know me from the Troublemakers. If you come to our streams, it's me and 3 of our friends. We stream every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And I am also a published author. I just had my book come out June 10th under Katie Chandler. There it is, Backhand Compliments. It is a sapphic rivals to lovers tennis sports romance. But the kicker is that these 2 girls, despite the fact how much they hate each other, they are in fact literal soulmates. There is a soulmark trope, which is a la the fan fiction. And it came out on June 10th, and you can purchase it wherever you like to buy books. Yeah, and I'm author Katie Chandler pretty much everywhere else. So you can find me there, or Katie Ann Writes, just on YouTube, because I haven't changed it. But yeah, that's me, and I'm so happy to be here. Woo!
Fun. All the fun things. And you know who I am. I'm Cody. You're on my channel right now. And I am the author of The Ghost Writers Club that came out this past April as my debut mystery thriller novel. It has dark academia vibes, a murder mystery, some gay people. You'll love it. So you should probably read it. And yeah. And tonight I will be working on draft 2 of my paranormal thriller, currently under the alias Project Terms and Conditions. And I don't think I asked, but can we go back around the circle and tell what we're going to be working on tonight?
Yeah, we can do that. I was realizing as DW started talking that I was like, I didn't say anything about what I'm doing.
It's okay.
I'm working on a new project. It's called Project Circus right now. It's like found family versus blood family, and try and test those ties, and it's super fun, and it's in a D&D-esque world. I don't have a better pitch for than that right now because it's brand new, but I was just working on it for the 24-hour novel challenge this weekend, and I only got 6 hours, but I did get 10,000 words, so I'm now 12,000 words into this draft.
Wow.
Incredible.
That's epic.
Thank you. KW, you're up.
So yeah, I am working on my middle grade sci-fi epic. It's a 5-book series. We'll see if it actually ends up being a 5-book series. It may be 4 or 3 or 2. We'll figure out that part. But I pitched a long time ago as The Goonies meets Men in Black. So it's 5 12 to 13-year-olds who get into a lot of trouble in their town full of aliens. So yeah, I will be re-outlining because I had the genius idea of doing cute dog.
Oh my God, puppy!
She really was you are not. She's been sitting here trying to get me to throw her toy for the past 5 minutes, and so she finally took matters into her own hands.
As long as they are gay, they're fine to join.
Hell yeah.
or an ally.
I'm sure she's, a little queer. She has 2 dads,
There you go. But yeah, I'm re-outlining right now. So not necessarily starting brand new, but changing the POV. So inherently the story structure has to sort of change to adapt.
I love it. And I'm going to be working on brainstorming for some of my Soulmate Tennis books because it is a series. I just finished in May the first draft that I sent to my editor for book 2. That is the standalone sequel. So I'm working on book 3, of course, because the publishing wheel never, ever stops. And if it does, you get crushed underneath of it. So I'm trying to get ahead of the game going on. So I'm going to be working on brainstorming some stuff, doing some outlining things, and jumping around with that.
So fun and so true. I have like 3 works in progress right now.
Yeah.
And I keep them in like an order. No, I try to make sure, like for my process, I can't have any of my current works in progress in the same stage. They all have to be in different stages. That way, if I get tired of revising, there's a book that I can outline. Or if there's the outline's not coming to me, there's something that I can go draft. Like I love having like books in different phases, but depending on the mood that I'm in.
Yeah.
When
That's
I'm
so
actually
smart. Right. I should do that. Like, why? I have every book like in the same phase, and I'm like, God, I can't even move to something because it's the same.
It's so helpful. It's just something that I found that works for me, and also it keeps the flow, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I need you to return to Project Purple real quick.
Oh, don't worry. Q4 this year, I'm going to be doing a whole 3-month challenge of writing a fantasy book in 3 months. So that is a thing that is going to be happening on the channel. But it is already fully outlined. I have basically a 15,000 word outline already done for the book. All I have to do is write it. So the thing that, for me at least, the thing that I do most with draft 1 as far as discovery is I do more character discovery. I know the events that happen to the characters, but I don't know until I'm in the drafting phase how my characters react to each of those situations. And sometimes the way they react ends up changing the story because they end up taking on minds of their own, and they say I'm the boss now, and so they're like, "This is my story. I'm going to tell it how I want." I don't know if any of you have ever had that issue with a story.
No, that's
all
like
so
real all the time.
Oh yeah.
Also, one thing I realized I forgot to say in my introduction, I would love for us all to do this, is of pronouns. So I use they, them. What do you guys use? I don't want to misgender anyone on the Pride stream because that feels wrong.
You're good. I'm he, him.
Same. I'm he, him.
And I'm she, her.
Okay, perfect.
Slay. Also, DW, your background is so beautifully curated. It is quite beautifully curated. I must say.
It's stunning.
Like, it looks like I'm on like a conference call with like my boss. He's like in his fancy office, or
The funny thing is, for work, I am always off camera, so they don't get to see this, but only you guys.
Yes,
so special.
With the reaction too, but I also love women. I support women's rights and wrongs. Okay. Hello. Oh, there's so many friends. I'm still getting through them all because I kept getting distracted.
I know.
Wow,
so many faces.
Yeah, so many. So the way this is going to go is we have probably about like 10-ish more minutes of yap time, because what I usually do is a 40-minute sprint. Are we feeling 40-minute sprints? Are we trying to do shorter, longer?
It works for me.
Works for y'all? Okay, great. So we usually do like 20 minutes yap, 40-minute sprint, do that 2 times, and we're at 2 hours because math. And so, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. And so if you guys have any questions for any of the lovely people here about writing, publishing, our process, anything gay related, we're happy to answer. So yeah, drop those questions in the chat, but I will go ahead and kick off the questions and say, what moment in your life, or what, I guess, piece of media was your quote unquote gay awakening? And I can start to give you all a minute to think. I know exactly what mine is. Mine is The 13th Year. It is about a boy who finds out that his mom is a mermaid and his dad is human. And he is going through this transition. He hits puberty and he starts turning into a mermaid. And there are a few times where obviously he's a mermaid, so he's shirtless. And I was like, I don't know why, but I like that. And here we are. So that was the first of many.
Is that the DCOM, the Disney Channel original movie?
Yes.
13. Okay, and then I know
Yes.
exactly what one you mean. I'm like, yep.
Yes.
I don't know if I had like, I don't know if I have like one piece of media that was like a gay awakening for me, but I think the first gay book I really remember reading and resonating with was The Dangerous Art of Blending In by Angelo Sermelis. It's like, it's a story of like, I haven't read it since I was like 17 and like barely coming out to myself. But it was like, actually, wait, Salome has it right. Eras from Sinbad. That was it.
So,
But like that book like made me like sob because I was like in this super like conservative Christian family and I was like hiding who I was and it was the dangerous art of blending in for me. So it has a special place in my heart.
Nice. I mentioned it before to my co-host, but if you see me like doing anything weird back here or like distracted, it is because my dog is acting a fool right now. Okay. He knows when I'm distracted and he will like be biting on books and different doorknobs. So
What the books?
I'm like,
I know.
yeah, it's not the books. So I'm like constantly reaching over here, which you can't see him, but he's right underneath my computer. Anywho, mine was two things. So I'm a huge nerd, not necessarily comic book, but like comic book related stuff. And so of course the Batman and Robin movie was just a huge gay awakening for me. I don't know how PG-13 this is, but just go look at the trailer. You can see the outfits of the guys. And then X-Men, the animated series, like I knew something was up when I'm like, I just want to be Storm. She's such a diva. I love her outfit, her accent, everything was just like perfect. So yeah, those were the two things probably in the, what is it, late 90s? I'm dating myself, but oh well.
Those are good ones. I think for me, my earliest one I can remember is Shigo from Kim Possible. I was like, woof, boy.
We love
I was
Shigo.
like, it's like gay icon in and of herself, but also
Right.
from
Honestly,
me.
Shigo gives anyone bi panic.
Literally, I'm like, oh my god. And then speaking of bi panic, The Mummy 1999 version, Rachel Weisz, when she was in that flowy black with the veil and like you could just see her smoky eyes. Oh my god. And then of course Brendan Fraser, who, how could you not? But so yeah, those are my two where I watched those. I watched Kim Possible and The Mummy a lot when I was a kid.
Love. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Yes, Raven and from Teen Titans, 100%. Also, Saoirse is requesting for you to show the puppy, but if that is going to distract the puppy and make them crazy, you do not have to.
The next time he jumps up on my lap, I'll bring him up. But right now, he's actually chill in his bed, so I'm going to not interrupt him.
No worries. Also, the chat is with you with Shigo. She really do. She really do go.
She got a whole generation of us real early.
Oh no, she better go. You know what I'm saying? The goth gamer girl. Oh my gosh, I'm going through these chats. Okay, we can start with this question. I'll pop it up while I'm going through chat. What do you think a queer author's responsibility is in this age? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Do we have one? How should we be writing, be using as messaging versus purely entertainment?
I have thoughts.
Go
I
ahead,
have thoughts all the time. Okay. So I think especially in like this political climate in America, we like have to have like good representation and it has to be in like good faith, I think. Like I'm trying to think of like an example of like I've just read like queer books by straight people, and like some of those are hard to discount because maybe someone hasn't come out yet. But I think that like Love, Simon, the movie, felt like it was made for straight people, even though it was written by a queer author. So like I think it's really important to like write representation, and especially if you're like, I don't want to say like, maybe the best way to say is like a minority within a minority. Like I'm non-binary and I don't see a lot of like non-binary representation. So like I feel like it's my duty to like do non-binary representation. So I have several books in the works with like gender fluid protagonists or otherwise gender queer protagonists. And I think it's just so important to like show that. And I think it's also important to recognize on the like final part of the question, how writing should be used as messaging versus like purely entertainment. I don't think anything is purely entertainment. Books are super political. Like, this is why books are getting banned. I have a series on my podcast coming out soon about like the politics of genre fiction. And I think that it's just really important that you like recognize that even if you're trying to not make a statement, that is still making a statement.
Mhm.
So make a statement intentionally. Like, I'm all for like intentional messaging, and like if you're like publishing, like ask your beta readers what statement they think you're making, so you know your message is coming across in mostly the right way. Like, you can't control how people are going to react, but yeah, I think our responsibility is to have like diverse representation from a diverse like creators, and then it should be used in good faith. And yeah, that was me trying to summarize it, but I think I got it.
Nice. I mean, I totally agree. I mean, and like you were saying, like with you wanting to create the non-binary representation, who better to create that representation than someone who has that lived experience? And so 100% about, doing that. And as far as for me, I feel like just in general, like you were saying with books are an art form, and art is in and of itself is an act of rebellion in a world that seeks to destroy everything. Creating more new things from the destruction is an act of rebellion and a attempt to push back and say, you can't stop us from saying what we got to say. And so, I mean, I feel like I pull on a lot of my own like past experiences and things that I've gone through to put into my books. And sometimes what I do is I put characters who are not queer in those situations to show, because it's what you can't, I guess, be afraid of something if it's never happened to you. So putting a character like that in that situation where it is happening to them, to show the horror and the harm and what is happening. And if you have to do it that way, sneak it in there. That is all, sneak attack, assassin, be a little gay assassin and put it in there. Okay. But those are my thoughts. I don't have many, but those are all of them. What do you guys think?
Yeah, so I totally agree. I think there are a lot of people willing and ready to write those sometimes heavier topics into their storylines. I think they feel liberated in doing that and be able to express maybe a part of their life or maybe a part of just a story that they've told. I also think that there are a lot of people who aren't necessarily ready to write those stories yet. I think the bare minimum that we should push for everyone is to just write the story that they wanted to read when they were struggling, but I think everyone is at a different point in their gaydom, whatever it is, their journey. So it's a lot of pressure already just being a gay LGBTQ plus person. To put a lot more pressure on us as writers is a lot. But I do think, like Ren, like Cody, like Katie, you guys are ready to take on that responsibility. And I think that's beautiful. Hopefully I can too in my book, but I can't expect everyone to do that too.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, I think for me, I totally agree as well. I think there's a lot of things we can do individually as authors, and something I've been more conscious of is like when I write, I like to focus on queer joy, because I think that is something that is going to be also helpful for ultimately like new people coming into it, if they are coming into it with an open mind, if they have not if they're not gay themselves, if they don't have any gay friends or people in their lives that they don't know, like coming into it and having it be accessible in a way. And I'm not saying that all art has to be accessible, but for me, my own personal art, I like having it be accessible and having it be joyful. And like, I use the soulmate trope because there's no homophobia in the world that I've created, because that doesn't make any sense, because homophobia doesn't make sense in this world, let alone would it make sense in a soulmate world. Like, makes no sense to me regardless. But I think for me, outside of the like writing even, is also like supporting other authors who are queer and who are other identities that are not mine, and hopefully like having buying their books, by promoting them on my own social media. Like, I don't have the biggest platform in the entire world, but I think part of my responsibility as an author now, as I've transitioned from being just a reader and an author, as to just an author, because I am obviously still a reader, but I'm not as much in like the critique reader space anymore. But yeah, so I think that's also my responsibility, is to tell the stories I want to tell, but also be aware that I am only so many identities. I am not everything at once, and to promote and to be there for other authors, especially, I am in the trad pub space. Like, if there are other queer authors who are trad pubbed who need help with things, like I would hope that I would be someone who can help them in that sphere, especially because, I got very lucky with my journey. We need to continue to support queer books, and that's what my responsibility feels like as an author, not only writing, but now as someone who can hopefully help other writers as they continue their own journey in publishing, because it is really hard to do this as a queer author. It's fucking hard. We got to stick together.
It's like, what was that?
He's a menace.
You're
So I'm on mute, but he's embarrassing me so much right now. I can't move
oh,
right now.
it's not embarrassing. It's so funny. I mean, you saw Honey literally jumped in my face and was like, hello. I heard you screaming and I need to interfere.
Will you highlight Miley's?
Oh my gosh, look at that baby.
This is Nigel.
Oh,
little
nice.
distinguished
I'm going to kick him out of my room, my office right now. So
Oh, bye,
asking him to
Nigel.
see him. But say
We
hello.
love you.
Bye.
All right, while he does that, I will go ahead because the time is nigh. The time is nigh to do the thing that we said we were going to do. Yeah. Share. Boom. Why is it a snowy cabin? That's dumb.
It is. Oh, I wish it was. Oh my god, it's so
I know,
hot.
my gosh, it is so hot here.
Too hot.
I have been dying.
Yeah, it's 92, and I cannot handle it. I'm a cold weather girl.
Listen, between me and my big activities, I cannot do heat. I don't do humid. I don't do hot. And the only time that I like to be outside when it's hot is if I am submerged in a body of water.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the Toto Forest. That sounds fun.
Cute.
All right, friends. 40 minutes are on the clock. Best of luck to you all, and we will see you in 40 minutes. Right. How did y'all do?
It went pretty well for me. It was 800 words.
How did y'all do?
It went pretty well for me. It was 800
How did y'all do?
Is there an echo or is it just me?
There's definitely an echo.
Okay.
It's like playing a loop.
That is not my dog this time.
There's definitely an echo. It's like playing a loop.
Okay. That was
Excited.
weird. Is everything okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we good? This
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know what that was. That was the weirdest feedback. I was clicking around everything. I was like, what is happening? Anyway, that's what we were talking about because I didn't hear a word anyone said after I asked the question. How'd you guys do? Good.
I got almost 800 words.
Nice.
Ooh. I just did some brainstorming for my book, and I'm trying to mentally bring up the energy to outline because I am a pantser by nature, but alas, I cannot be that entirely anymore. So
I was gonna say because you said they're standalones, but they're connected, right? It's like a series, but they're standalones.
yeah, so every book will follow a different sister there's 4 sisters, and so the first book has the first sister, second book, second sister, and then
So it's
there's
like
third
Tennis
sister.
Bridgerton.
No, that's literally exactly what it is. That's what I pitched it as, basically, is like,
Okay.
Tennis Bridgerton, please buy my books.
Love that. Okay, slay. Because I was like, going into the third book, do you keep a list anywhere of like threads or certain things that you need to like resolve or keep track of in the one you're writing brainstorming now?
I do. Luckily, like, they're not happening simultaneously, so like I can kind of get away with like a little bit of leeway of like, it's not happening together. I don't have to keep plot lines together that way. But yeah, I've definitely planted some seeds for this book that I'm like, ooh, and luckily book 2 isn't out yet, which has the more seeds, so I can go back and fix those seeds if I need to, which is nice. But I have to figure out if I need to fix them or not, which is the scary part where I'm like, oh, and I now have to make a decision before I even write the book. So, but we'll get there. It's fine.
So fun. And DW, how did it go for you?
I am brain dumping everything that I believe should change in this next edition of my book. So I got a lot of thoughts and ideas stirring in this document. I don't even know if it's worth doing a word count because it's not going to stick in the draft, but
Word count in the end doesn't really matter. So.
Exactly, but it was super helpful. So yeah, I feel like I have some good ideas coming up.
Nice. And what genre is your story again?
It's a sci-fi adventure.
Ooh, fun. Is it set in the future, like, or is it like in space? What kind of
No, so it's set in the present time, and my family is like in the small, or they're from the small like Texas town with a population of like 1,000 people, and I'm using that sort of setting of like old school Main Street with like rural, almost suburban vibes, just depending on where, people are living in the city. Lots of land, lots of countryside, lots of places where aliens can just like sneak away and do some crazy alien things.
What are the vibes of your aliens? Like, what are they like? Like, are they like, I'm so curious because I am not a sci-fi girl, but I am curious about the sci-fi genre.
Mm-hmm.
So what are they like?
So it is a middle grade, and I'm a huge MIB Men in Black fan, and I do like want to tie in some of the aliens that we all sort of grew up with, like the green aliens versus the gray aliens. So some of those like stereotypical versions of aliens are definitely in these, but because I have to have so many different types of species, I'm just creating my own right now.
Ooh,
I love.
It's a fun time.
Yeah, immediately. I think you can learn a lot about a person when you ask them what they picture in their mind when you say alien. because for me, I see the ones in the Jimmy Neutron movie with that steal all the parents.
I haven't seen it.
Anyway, that's the one that I think of.
I will watch it because it's probably in the same age group, obviously, with Jimmy Neutron. So I
Oh,
will.
100%. And it's literally about, it's like one of the stories the kids wake up, all of their parents have been abducted by aliens. It's fun at first, and then it's like, wait, we actually have to do things.
Right.
So I highly recommend. But they're like the green ones that have like they're like inside these little like glass things, and like if you break the glass, they just kind of like ooze out.
It's giving Simpsons vibes too. Do you know that green alien? Okay.
Yeah. Same kind of vibe.
Yeah.
DW. I'm also, if you ever want to talk about alien biology, that's like, I would love to talk biology with you because that was my major in college.
Yes.
So I think a lot about like biology of different worlds and stuff. So if you ever want to talk about that, I'm just saying, hit me up.
Is this Kismet? Like what? I need this.
Yeah,
Reach out.
that's my favorite type of thing to do is to talk biology and fantasy and sci-fi.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I am totally nerding out about some of my species, so I will definitely touch base with you soon.
Wait, we should have like a group call because I'm also coming up with species for Project Purple. So let's just anybody else in the chat you want in? We should have a thing in the Discord.
We should do a thing in the Discord.
We should have alien biology chat on the Discord.
It'd be so fun.
No, actually, I because listen, one of my favorite classes in high school was human A&P. Not because I wanted to be a doctor or anything, but I just think that like there's so many things in your body that have to go right for you to just live. And it's so cool to learn about all the systems. I was one of the people. I had one of the highest averages in my class, and so instead of dissecting a rat, I got to dissect a cat.
Oh,
I'm sorry, that horrified me. I skipped out on the dissection. It was a frog dissection for me in 6th grade, and I skipped out because I love frogs too much.
Yeah,
I was gonna cry.
I mean, my assumption was that they were already dead, and they just decided to make the choice and donate their body to science. So, I dissect under the assumption that they had the little organ donor stamp on their driver's license. So.
Ethical dissection.
Yes, ethical dissection. If that's even a thing. Okay, so real quick question. We can do a little circle talk. What is one of the first times that you saw representation for yourself? Like it could be on TV, it can be a movie, it can be a book. Just the first time you experienced like the feeling of seeing yourself represented in a character or a person on TV. For me, whenever I first came out, because I mean, in the grand scheme of my life, I've only been out for like 5 years, and I'm 30 now. So, but one of the first like friends that I met, he told me that some of the like most healing things you can do in this like time when I was going through a lot at the moment. And it's just watch TV where you see yourself celebrated and loved and represented. And the first obvious recommendation for me was RuPaul's Drag Race. And so I watched some seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race. And then right after that, I watched Love, Simon, and I cried. And it was great.
Yeah, that's a good one. I cannot for the life of me think of even like the first, no, I'm definitely going to age myself. Dawson's Creek. Did y'all have watched that?
I know what it is, but I never watched it.
I can't right now.
I'm like, guys, I'm 24. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, chat group, have my back on this, okay? There was one character who came out on the show, and that was my first experience of like gay people in media. And I'm like, okay, work. But I think the one character that truly is me is David from Schitt's Creek. I mean, yeah, outside of being Black, like he is me. He is the white version of me. I can't believe y'all don't know what Dawson's Creek is or haven't seen a single episode. You need to do your homework after tonight, okay?
I will write it down right now. I will do my homework.
And honestly, you talking about that actually reminded me that I probably saw before I came out. I think the first thing that I saw was, did you ever watch Degrassi?
That too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever he was going through his whole coming out journey on Degrassi, like at the time I was straight, so I was like, I don't relate to it. But there was a little piece of me that was like, huh, like that, you know? So definitely. What was his name? Was his name Mitchell? What was his name?
Ooh, was it?
Oh, it's been so long.
I can't remember his
Me
name,
neither.
but he was precious.
Mhm. That's a good one.
This is like aging me, but in the other direction. The Voltron reboot was
what
like
reboot?
the reboot of Voltron Legendary Defender. Like it was a show in the 80s, and then DreamWorks rebooted it around 2016. And to be clear, this is a terrible reboot. Like it was really good up until season 6, and then season 7 and 8 were terrible. And like the executive producers got like demoted at DreamWorks because they handled the diversity in the show so poorly.
Oh,
But like Lance was like my bi icon. I love him so much. And then like Keith was like a repressed gay. So like Lance and Keith clans. Like, yeah, I get it.
yeah.
But my non-binary representation was I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. It was so good.
I
Going
really like Mason Deaver.
Yeah. It like made me cry a lot because it's about like this non-binary kid who like they get kicked out of their house and they have to go live with their sister, and then it's like a healing story and like with family. But
Aw. Yeah, it looks like a book that would make me cry.
you would, I'm sure you would all love it, so you should all read it. Mason Deaver is like one of my favorite authors.
I really like their social media. Their social media is so good. I follow them. I haven't read the book, but I really like it.
Yeah, I got to do like. I think it was then they like spoke at a writing conference I did in like 2022, and then I like emailed them about after the conference. I was like, hey, you like gave this talk and I read your book and I cried, and it was so good. And then they responded to me, which was so cool.
Oh,
Oh,
I love that.
Yeah.
Did everyone
I think
start doing it? Oh,
I think.
Katie, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I think for me, I'm not fully like aware of it yet, but I am with Great Fry with Devesha, with also Glee. That was like my first introduction, not introduction, but like first time seeing like a sapphic relationship depicted, and like because I like there, and then also I'm big into fan fiction, so like I read a lot of gay male content, but like Glee was the first one there, and then in college my best friend was bisexual and she had been out for a long time, and we were talking and I like kind of like soft came out to her and she was like, hey, let's go watch what is it called? Oh my god, it's the cheerleader movie. Oh my god. I'm a cheerleader.
No.
But I'm a cheerleader, where it's about a cheerleader who goes to that sounds really bad, but she goes to a conversion therapy camp. But it's like super camp. It's super like has so many gay people, and like it ends up being a happy story. It's not like sad or tragic or anything. Even though they can be, but yeah, and I watched that, and that was like really kind of my like awakening of like, oh, okay. Hello.
That's awesome. I love that. And then to piggyback off of that, for the next round, can you, other than some of our books, because all of our books are lovely queer books, can you recommend another queer book to someone, one that you like love?
Okay.
I just finished House in the Cerulean Sea, which, to be honest, was my first and only gay book that I have read, and it like healed something in me. I don't know what it was. It was just like immediate new favorite author as soon as I finished it, and I got the second one. I just gotta read it.
I also need to read the second one in that, but if you read his Under the Whispering Door book, that's my favorite by TJ Klune.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is that's
It's
a lot
so
of people's
good.
favorites. So once I finish this one, then I'm gonna probably go to that one next.
I was about to say the only one that I fully read of his was In the Lives of Puppets, which was also so good.
Lives of Puppets was pretty good.
Mhm.
Not my favorite of his, but like still really good.
Okay, I need to read the others then, definitely. Adam Silvera, I go back and forth with his writing, but I appreciate, the fact that he's been like, I don't know, like on the forefront of a lot of gay books, or at least the popularity of gay representation. I'm trying to think who else.
That was Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. That was actually, I think, the first gay book I ever read. And I
Yeah.
can't go back to it now because the author is actually super transphobic and he has like transphobic comments in the book. So I haven't gone back to it. But like, if I can promo my friend's book, I'm gonna go grab it. But it's Vesuvius by Caspian. Katie, you should talk while I go grab the copy because it's a good book.
I'm like, yeah, definitely gonna be trying. I love the name Vesuvius. That sounds good. I think my recommendation. I have 2 ones that are adult spicy ones. The first one is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake. I will say though, if anyone is triggered by like a bet, like kind of being a part of it, like betting that someone can like sleep with somebody else, steer clear of that one. It's not a super huge part of it, but I know that is an ick for some people. So that's that one. But then I also really loved, I recently read Triple Sec by TJ Alexander, which is a polyamorous sapphic book that was so good, so fun, and had just such, the main character, she's like kind of like a prickly butch woman, and she's a bartender. So there's all this like cool bartending stuff in there, and like I know nothing about drinks, and so she's like making her own drinks, and it's like following her journey, and like her journey kind of mimics how like good or bad she's doing at making drinks at that moment, which I thought was really fun. So so I really like Triple Sec.
Can I promo my friend's book real quick? This is Vesuvius. It
Oh
is
my god, she's beautiful.
so gorgeous. And can I show you the under the cover art?
Yeah.
So
Please
this is my friend
do.
Cass. We like did a writing group a ton. The cover, under the cover art.
So good.
So Cass is the coolest. This is the story about 2 queer boys in the last days of Pompeii. And I'm only 2 pages in, I'm not gonna lie. It just came out like last week. Or
Vesuvius.
2 weeks ago. So by Caspian from Peachtree Teen. I love it. And I just love them as a human being. They're so good. So yeah.
I'm gonna be spending a lot of money after this stream.
I know. I'm
Y'all. Like everybody's books are in my cart. I'm like ready.
Somebody writes in the chat
adding-
too.
I know there's so many. I'm adding all of these to my want to read on Goodreads immediately.
Yeah, I'm going to make a note and I'll post it in the Discord for everyone.
Oh, please, because I cannot keep up.
Posting this. I've already forgotten like almost all the ones you guys said, but I'm looking through the chat and I'm doing that one.
Yeah, love walking practice. Oh, Summer of Salt was so cute and heartfelt and ethereal magical realism.
Oh,
Love that.
were y'all fans of the is it the Heartstopper series?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've never read the Heartstopper series. I've only seen season 1 of the show.
Yes, same.
Honestly, season 3 of the show, I think it was season 3, like made me cry and I could like not get through it. It was like it deals with some really heavy stuff and it was kind of triggering, honestly.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's so good.
Yeah.
I'm with this person though. I also think of Pompeii. Like Pompeii is like such a crazy like thing, all preserved. Like literally, like nature took a picture and preserved it, and like crazy, so cool. And recently we had the Pompeii exhibit come to one of our museums here, and it was so cool. There was like a little immersive thing where you could like see like how quickly the lava moved, like once the eruption happened. You could like there was like wind blowing on you. It was like a whole 3D experience, 4D experience.
That's so cool.
That is-
I
oh my
just
God,
so neat to
jealous.
see how nature can just do that.
Mhm.
Pompeii is also one of my like Roman empires as well. Like I literally, not to self promo again, but the characters go to Naples and they go to the museum in Naples and they can see Vesuvius and they actually have a conversation around the plaster casts of the people that they have from Pompeii because it's in the museum. So I am all about this. I love anything to do with Vesuvius, Pompeii, like ancient history. She was going to be a history teacher one time. Like literally, it's in my heart right now. Like
Amazing.
I'm so ready for it.
That's so awesome. I love that. Yeah, once upon a time, I wanted to be a weatherman, not because I actually want to do what a weatherman does. I'm just so like just intrigued and baffled by natural disasters and like all these things that have happened and how they have shaped the way we do things today. But in the end, Mother Nature's going to win that.
True.
Fight. So she ain't gonna play. But we have yapped. We have done our 20 minutes of yapping. It is time to get back to some writing. 40 minutes are on the clock. Best of luck. Happy writing, and we'll see you in 40 minutes. I know how to work StreamYard. How did that go for y'all? I finished the chapter I was working on, so we're down to the final 4.
Wow.
Oh, wow. So close.
So close, yet so far away. Because the end of the story is what needed the most work, so it's fine. We're fine.
So I think I tied down a new thing for my book. You know how there's like prophecies often in middle grades that sort of drives a series. I sort of want to do a conspiracy theory instead of a prophecy.
Ooh,
Oh my God,
I love a conspiracy theory more.
Yeah,
Let me tell
something
you.
that's so like believed throughout society or the various societies that carries on. But yeah, I think I decided what that could be. I don't know if I'm settled on it yet.
Like, what if like you're in the future and like the city is near the ruins of Area 51? Some crazy stuff. Like, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Love that.
I'm
That's so
excited.
good.
I'm gonna need updates on this story.
I hit like a really big wall, so I've been like trying to like work around that, but also I was really distracted because I watched K-pop Demon Hunters last night, and it was so good. And I was like listening to the soundtrack, so I was mostly just like listening to the soundtrack rather than actually problem solving.
I've been
Happens
hearing
to
a
the best
lot
of us.
about the K-pop Demon Hunter thing. What?
Oh
what
my god, it's so good.
am I opening a can of worms? what is it?
So it's a new movie by Sony Animation on Netflix. And the main characters are these 3 like K-pop idols who are also demon hunters.
Love.
Oh,
And their
I love
voices
that.
have the power to like reinforce the shield that's like on the earth to keep the demons like in whatever demon world they're in. And then this rival K-pop group pops up and is made of demons who are trying to like destroy the shield so like the Demon King can have all the souls he wants.
Mhm.
It's
I
like
am watching this as soon as the stream is over.
it's so good, and then we can
It
talk
is
about it because
Yes.
That sounds so amazing. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Belle Brooke recommended it to me in the Storyteller Society's Discord like this time yesterday, and then I watched it all last night, which is like unheard of for me because I don't watch movies in one sitting.
That's
It was so good though, and the music is all so like so good. Like I don't really listen to K-pop, but like I know enough about it to realize like this is like within the realm of K-pop.
yeah.
Mhm.
So it was
Mhm.
it seemed like very accurate to that like vibe.
Mhm.
It was so good. Anyways,
Mhm.
love K-pop Demon Hunter.
Heard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's so
check it
cool.
out for sure.
It's not meant to be like a dissenting review of it, but I fell asleep watching it. But it was so good. I'm just lame like that. So I will continue watching it later today. But
Oh my
I do
God.
remember the probably like 30 minutes that I watched. It was actually really good. I agree with Rin. Yeah.
It was so much better than I expected, honestly.
Okay.
Mhm.
Arden Echo or Arden Cho.
Mm.
Oh,
I was a Teen Wolf girly back in the day. I can't
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
Because I mean, hello, gay.
exactly. I did not watch the movie though. That came out what a couple years ago, maybe this year's. Do
Oh,
you
I
know
have-
about it? Okay. Okay.
It's been a long time since I've seen that side of the internet and the streaming services.
Yeah, it's on my list, but I do remember the show very fondly. It was good.
Mhm.
Yep.
So, Katie, how'd you do?
Oh, right. Oh my God. Sorry. I was just thinking about.
We
I was
were-
back
we
in my
were
Teen
all-
Wolf. I was back in my Teen Wolf days for a minute, and we don't want to be there.
Yeah, dark
frankly.
time, dark side.
Great show. Not a good time when I was watching it. So I'm like, woo. Haven't thought about her in a while. No, I got distracted. I'm a kind of girl who has a bajillion different projects going at one time. So I was like, this is the thing I should be working on. And of course, because I should be working on it, I immediately deviated to something else and was working on a different story, multiple different stories. I have this every Scrivener document Noteman open on my computer, which I wonder why my computer crashes. It's because I have 60 different things open. So I just tiptoeing on a lot of different projects, just vibing.
Just vibing, following the vibes.
Yeah.
We love
Yeah,
to
just-
see that.
Seeing where it goes, seeing what I wrote before, being like, I don't remember writing that, but cool.
Let's see what's going on here.
Like, oh, okay. Oh, she could have cooked there. Whoever wrote that.
I love it. Well, as you can tell by the very fuzzy dark blob that is me now, it is time to end the stream. We have been going for our solid 2 hours. So really quick, everyone go around the circle, tell people this is your time to promo, shout out, where can they find you, all the things.
Are we starting with me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Hi, I'm CK Jensen Author. I'm at CK Jensen Author on YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, all the places. And my website is ckjensenauthor.com. If you want signed copies of my books, you order them there. But I'm also on Amazon and Barnes & Noble because I am indie.
Nice.
That's it.
I am DW. You can find me at Written by DW on YouTube. You actually probably can't find me because I won't be there anytime soon posting. But, actually, where you can find me on a regular basis is, I don't know how many of you guys know Dami, Ash, and Tia. We did start a little group so inspired by this one over here, Katie and the Troublemakers. But yeah, we were just, wanting to create a new space for people of color, people on AuthorTube, just to talk shadiness and messiness into. So you can find us at Blacklisted Writers on YouTube, and we stream every other week. Next week will be our next stream.
Love.
I'm very excited about this. Ooh, I love this. Can't wait to join. I love to be a lurker in a stream. And I am Katie Ann. You can find me at Katie Ann Writes on YouTube. I am hopefully going to be posting more content, but I also more importantly stream every single Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with the Troublemakers. Great Fry in the comments is one of us, along with Willissimo and Steek Deerdahl. We do sprints, chaos, troublemaking times. Tomorrow is going to be a time because I run a thing every time I have to host a sprint of accountability where you're on a Google Sheet, and then if you don't do the things you said you were going to do for the month, I then shame you publicly with the the literal shame belt from Game of Thrones, and other things that you can have along with like a nice or something. Anyway, if you want to support me as an author, I wrote Backhanded Compliments. I am under Katie Chandler. You can find all of my Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And it is a sapphic tennis romance with actual soulmates. So yeah, came out this month. So if you want to support the gays.
Yes, support the gays. And I am your host. I am Cody the Writer. I'm here on YouTube. I have not posted in a little while, mostly because I am currently doing a show. And so I am working 8 to 5 and then doing a show from 6 to 10 every night. So I'm a tired person and I have no time. And so, but as I'm planning to be posting a video Friday where I'm going to be looking for some beta readers for Project Terms and Conditions. So if you're interested, make sure you're looking out on the channel on Friday. And yeah, if you want to buy my book, The Ghostwriters Club, paperback available everywhere books are sold online. And then the ebook is on Kindle and Kindle Unlimited. And that's the tea.
Thank you so much for having us, Cody.
Yeah, thanks for
This was amazing. Thank you. This was so fun.
Listen, this was all DW's idea. We're just hosting it on my channel. So props to DW.
Well, thank you, DW.
No problem. I was like, Cody, there wouldn't be a better host for all this. Literally, I'm so grateful that you did this. This was so much fun.
Of course. I'm so happy to
some of my
have y'all.
faves.
And also, when I'm going to be doing this, writing the fantasy book in Q4, I'm going to be doing lots of streaming. So you might see some of these lovely people pop back up in
Yay.
Q4 on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed to all these wonderful people. And with all that said, we will see you somewhere else on the internet.